Are you an hours of service dummy? I know I am, and I need to change my habits. Hey guys, Low Jockey here. I got an update about this whole Walmart account. I got some advice that you might want to take heed to. You know, when you're driving for miles, when you're trying to drive to make cents per mile, you got different ways that you manipulate the system in a way. For instance, if you get to a shipper or a receiver, you'll log yourself off duty until they start unloading you. Or if they unload you, instead of saying on duty getting unloaded for maybe it takes them 2 hours, you might say 30 minutes to try to save some time for, later on your 70 to drive. But when you're getting paid just to deliver stuff during Walmart, don't do that. Put down what actually happens. If you don't put down what actually happens, it's going to give you the appearance that you have plenty of hours to drive, and they will literally try to squeeze juice out of a rock. All right. So I just had this discussion with some guys. When you're running grocery runs, it's a lot of obstacles you face. I had a load just recently with 3-4 stops on it. Every stop, you got to go to the store, ring the doorbell. Who knows? You might wait 20 minutes just to get somebody because they don't expect you to deliver. And what a lot of guys do is they'll get there and they'll say off duty. All right. You might be in the store for an hour, 45 minutes. And then you'll try to manipulate it to say you were on duty for only, 15 minutes. With that same mentality that we use when we try to save hours to drive more miles. But when you're getting paid pretty much salary for running for Walmart, if you got 4 stops and each stop takes 1 hour to get you unloaded, make sure you're on duty for all of that time. If not, when you start getting toward the end of the week, you're gonna work beyond 70 hours. You know what I'm saying? You might say 70 on the computer, but in reality, you can work another 10 hours for trying to manipulate the system. So my advice is run it exactly how it is. When you get to a stop, go to on duty, unloading. However long it takes for them to unload, that's how you sit there. Because you gotta go inside the place and monitor what they take off anyway, if you got different stops. Now, if you got drop and hook, boom, it take you 15 minutes drop and hook, that's what it takes, no problem. But in some instances, mostly with grocery stores or those small neighborhood Walmarts, they don't have room for dropping and hooking trailers. You got to wait to get in touch with someone and wait for them to actually unload it. I just had a discussion right now. I got to the Walmart DC. I only had right at just 4 hours to spare. And I was going, on my 70, I was going to do a 34-hour restart. So I turned in my sheet. They're like, hold on, let me get with dispatch. I'm like, I got 4 hours remaining. What the heck do you want me to do? I'm like, I live here. If I take one of your trailers and take off, you're going to have me in boo-boo place sitting there, But that's on me because I was trying to do the whole, let me log. I get to a stop, go inside. It might take me an hour to get unloaded. I come up in here and say it only took 15 minutes. I'm hurting myself. So I didn't realize that until right now. So in actuality, I probably worked more than 70 hours by doing them damn shenanigans, thinking like I'm working cents per mile, So I'm a little bit heated. I just want to put that out there. It's a learning process. So if anybody else is on this Walmart account, don't treat it as a cents per mile kind of thing. Treat it as a case-by-case situation. If you get to a store and they take 4 hours to unload, then you are on duty, not driving for 4 hours. It's going to eat up your 70, but whatever. If you put it on off duty or you put it on just unload for 15 minutes, it's going to appear that you got more hours on that 70, and Walmart is going to work the dog snot out of you. I'm telling you right now. And you'll start realizing that your pay is getting lower and lower. You know, we already work 70 hours. You know, if the average guy makes $1,000 a week, that's like $15 an hour. You know what I mean? For working 70 hours. But somebody making $15 an hour, once they hit 40 hours, the additional 30 hours they get paid time and a half, they make more than you. Yeah. So somebody at the counter at Walmart, if they busted their butt at the cash register, they're making more than you, and you're responsible for, you know, a crazy trailer and all these responsibilities of staying safe, you know. So just to make sure you get paid what you're worth, you're already going to get paid a lower average. Don't do the shenanigans like you're getting paid cents per mile. That's all I can tell you. If not, go ahead and you're going to find yourself working. In actuality, all them shortcuts is going to add up to you working 80 hours in a week versus 70. Maybe even more than 80. Anyway, that's my rant. I'm going to go take my 34 off. I'm going to take this hat off. Put it down somewhere. No disrespect to PTL, but I'm going to take this hat off. It's time to just be a regular person for a day and a half. And then I'll get back on this Walmart account and try to come up with some kind of way to perfect the system. Do whatever you do. Log it how it happens. That's all I can say. I'm out.